Wow, good afternoon, and thank you all for being here today and braving the elements. I know that we haven't had any rain since like October, but we've had most of it for the last 6 weeks today. This is Wendy, our signer, and she was a little bit in the dark there, so I just moved her into the light. A decade ago, we asked our friends and neighbors to close their eyes and imagine downtown Orlando of the future. We dreamed of a revitalized urban core that's the economic and cultural engine of Central Florida, a home for the companies and careers of the future, world-class community venues, more places to live, learn, and play, and of course a vibrant arts and cultural scene. And all of these were once just big ideas. They were ideas before hard work and partnership turned them into reality. And today we gather once again to focus on the big ideas to advance our vision for downtown's future. But this year is different. It's different for a couple of reasons. First, it's only been 6 months since the Pulse tragedy. Our downtown played an important role in both responding to what happened as well as serving as the place where our community joined together. Of the memories that will stay with me forever, two of the most powerful were the vigils at the Dr. Phillips Center and Lake Eola Park, where our region gathered for strength and for unity. So as we talk about the future, we're mindful of the reality that our city and our downtown in particular are forever changed by what happened. And I think it's appropriate, as we have done on so many of these gatherings since the tragedy, that we pause for a moment to let the families and the victims know that they are still with us, still thinking about them, and still praying for them every single day. The second reason why this State of the Downtown address is different is because the big idea that we're going to focus on is nothing new. Rather, it's a priority our community has been advancing for a very long time: the transformation and revitalization of Paramore. On the first day that I took office, we made a commitment to the residents of Paramore, which at the time was Orlando's most blighted and crime-ridden community. We pledged to restore this proud neighborhood to what it once was, a safe place with a high quality of life. And through our Pathways for Paramore initiative, we went block by block to overcome challenges. We reduced overall crime by nearly 20%. We increased home ownership and added new amenities like Z.L. Riley Park, a community gardens, and a lot of new public spaces. We connected close to 1,000 of Paramore's residents to jobs and opportunities through our Blueprint program. And we helped attract investment in the neighborhood and work to nurture small businesses. Through the Paramore Kids Zone, which, by the way, is celebrating its 10th anniversary also, Thomas, we connected our most vulnerable young people to health care, after-school programs, and jobs. Today, with the help of PKZ, juvenile crime is down a staggering 61% in this neighborhood. And I want you to listen to this next one. Every single one of the PKZ seniors who graduated from high school over the past 2 years has gone on to college, military service, or trade school. Quite an accomplishment. So a lot of communities would consider our work done, but here in Orlando, we dream bigger, and the residents of Paramore have dreamed bigger, and they want more for their neighborhood. Our shared dream is to return Paramore to a neighborhood of opportunity that celebrates its rich history, a place where learning, the careers of tomorrow, sports and entertainment, and unique amenities come together in one neighborhood that's shared by everyone. And we're here today because starting this year, a very unique window of opportunity is opening to make this happen. Now, the big changes ahead for Paramore aren't happening because of a single project or a single building. They're happening because of the power of education. Education opens the doors and eliminates barriers to opportunities for everyone. Education drives investment and serves as a catalyst for development. Education attracts the job creators of tomorrow and in turn, the people who want to work at those companies. We want Paramore to be a place where that power of education is everywhere and serves everyone. We want Paramore to be a place where someone can grow up, have immediate and long-lasting access to great education, and it can apply that education to a modern career, all without ever leaving downtown Orlando. Our vision starts with Orange County Public Schools' new Paramore Community School for preschool to 8th graders. When the campus opens next year, 900 kids will have access to educational facilities, athletic fields, a Boys and Girls Club for after-school activities, and through the leadership of the Rosen Foundation, the school will also provide free preschool for all the children in Paramore. The school students will be able to walk and bike to school safely through major improvements that we're making in transportation infrastructure. We're even piloting a program called a walking school bus from multiple locations in the neighborhood to enhance student safety by pairing groups of students with supervising adults. And eventually, we hope to have the same kind of program for kids who want to bike to school. Operating in complement with PKZ and our other youth programs, the Paramore Community School will serve as the first part of a cradle-to-career pipeline. The next piece of that pipeline is our new University of Central Florida and Valencia campus. When it opens, the campus will serve nearly 8,000 students and be a 21st century academic hub for a 21st century downtown. Plans are also moving forward for a 600-bed student housing development that will open in the fall of 2019, along with the grand opening of UCF downtown. This building will be home to Valencia College's new 50,000 square foot culinary school, and combined with our FAMU Law School, Orlando Technical College, and the new Webster University campus, we're putting the elements in place for the kind of diverse higher education corridor that all of the great cities of the world possess. Our third element of the pipeline is turning education into jobs. As our creative village continues to emerge, it will become a hub for high-tech digital media and creative companies with a diverse mix of students, employees, and residents. In the newly constructed buildings and in the reimagined spaces like this Bob Carr Theater, the companies and careers of our modern economy will be born. Those next generation employers will have a built-in pool of homegrown graduates from both the Paramore neighborhood and all of Orlando to choose from, completing our pipeline. In our vision for the future, there's also an important synergy between education and housing. In the 1960s, Paramore had nearly 18,000 residents, compared to just over 6,000 today. Paramore's future depends on bringing residents back to this historic neighborhood. We must ensure that anyone who wants to live here can live here, regardless of their income. And that's why, with Commissioner Hill's leadership, our housing strategy is focused on expanding affordable and quality housing options and rehabbing existing homes and expanding quality housing options. The city is seeking a partner to develop single-family homes on vacant lots throughout the Paramore neighborhood. And through a partnership with the Florida Real Estate Foundation, we're redeveloping 6 lots at Jefferson Park into single-family homes for veterans and public safety personnel that will be called, appropriately enough, Heroes Commons. We also have more than 500 multifamily units set to break ground in 2017. This includes Amelia Court at Creative Village that will have a mix of affordable and market-rate apartments and provide a new option for families looking to live near the adjacent Paramore Community School and UCF Valencia downtown campus. And finally, we're transforming a vacant 6-acre site, which was once Paramore Village, across from Z.L. Riley Park, into a residential community that will offer a mix of affordable housing, permanent supportive housing, and market-rate housing. The revitalization of this neighborhood is important for all of downtown. That brings us to an important point of emphasis. Having a massive interstate highway run through our downtown often makes us think that our center city has 2 sides, east and west. But we don't have an east downtown, and we don't have a west downtown. We have one downtown, one DTO. And every block, every street, every business, every home is important to its prosperity and vitality. Success in our central business district has allowed us to grow our tax base and spur investment in other parts of our downtown like Paramore. Conversely, Paramore's ongoing revitalization is going to benefit all of downtown and, quite honestly, our entire Central Florida community. So as we plan for our future, part of our work involves leveraging all of our projects, assets, and amenities to better connect all the unique and different parts of our downtown. This starts by embracing and enhancing the physical connection between the two halves of our downtown. For decades, I-4 and the parking lot underneath has been a barrier between the two sides of downtown Orlando. With the overhaul of I-4 now underway, you've noticed that, right? Well, it gives us an opportunity to transform this area into a gathering space for the 21st century that will help tie downtown together rather than divide it. The Under Eye will be a true park for everyone, with distinct areas that serve as hubs for athletics, food, music, arts, and technology, all together over the length of 3 city blocks with 5 different types of programmed areas. So adding parks and amenities are important as downtown Orlando's residential population grows. We're moving ahead with plans to create the Tinkerfield History Plaza. This community gathering space will feature refurbished original stadium seats and monuments to commemorate key figures in the field's history, such as Martin Luther King Jr., who spoke there during his only visit to Central Florida. Through Commissioner Sheehan's leadership, we've opened a long-awaited dog run at Constitution Green. By the way, Commissioner Sheehan was injured the first day at Constitution Greens, but has now recovered, but we should be mindful, watch out for the big dogs that are there. We continue to add more places for people to live in an urban setting with the addition of the 7s and 420 East. At this very moment, 2 new high-rise towers, Madeira Central and City Tower, are under construction, and they'll add close to 600 new housing units. And a new Walgreens is set to open on Orange Avenue next year, bringing another national brand to downtown and expanding our retail options. So when it comes to downtown priorities that impact us all, nothing is more important than keeping our neighborhoods safe. Our new OPD headquarters is more than just a state-of-the-art home for our modern police department. It's a reflection of our continuing commitment to open and transparent policing. And in 2017, new Fire Station 2, the pride of Paramore, will reopen. Along with the expansion of the station to include more bays for specialized equipment, there will also be community space for classroom activities like free blood pressure checks and our Take Heart Orlando hands-only CPR trainings. If you spent any time in downtown in the evening over the past year, you've seen our culinary scene really take off. From casual restaurants to fine dining created by James Beard-nominated chefs, from craft cocktails to food trucks, downtown Orlando is quickly becoming a destination for dining. In fact, we were just named the best foodie city in America by Wallet Hub. Our diverse menu of restaurants is growing with openings of the North Quarter Market, Dovecote, Wahlburgers, and the Broken Strings and Black Cauldron Brewery. Even Vice President Biden discovered that there is more to Paramore when he stopped at Chef Eddie's during a recent visit, and I understand that he had the oxtails. Downtown Orlando and the Downtown Orlando Partnership has created fun new ways to explore downtown's vibrant food culture with their new craft cocktails tour and their new downtown restaurant tour. We've also committed to growing food options for all parts of our downtown. With the help of a $250,000 federal grant, we're moving ahead with a program to expand local healthy eating options in Paramore and throughout the West Side. The program will feature a farmer's market at the new Orlando City Soccer Stadium, and it will create what is known as farmlets in the front yards of up to 15 residences, along with activities to better connect the area with healthy food options. Our connection to downtown isn't just about our relationship to a place. It's also about our connection to one another. And nowhere is this idea more important than our commitment to homelessness. I'd like to recognize the Coalition for the Homeless, the Christian Service Center, and the Salvation Army, who have long been committed to providing services to the homeless. In April of 2014, we set an ambitious goal to place 1/3 of our chronically homeless individuals in permanent supportive housing over the next 3 years. And in less than 3 years, with the partnership of Orange County, Seminole County, and Osceola County, the Central Florida Commission on Homelessness, and HSN, we have accomplished our goal. We have helped more than 300 chronically homeless individuals and veterans into permanent supportive housing, surrounding them with a network of services that can help them keep from returning to the streets. And while not strictly a downtown issue, together our region was recognized by the White House and by HUD for reaching the goal of effectively ending chronic homelessness among our veterans. Nothing ties people and places together like transportation. So that's why expanding limo throughout Paramore and into the North Quarter through Commissioner Stewart's leadership is so important. It will connect our growing population not just to destinations throughout downtown, but to new opportunities to work and learn. We're also working to increase options for everyone to safely and conveniently travel to and from downtown. Sunrail is a critical part of our growing network of options for commuters. We also know that people want the ability to use Sunrail on the weekends, particularly to access our ever-growing calendar of major events. And that's why we partnered with stakeholders in our business and civic community to offer Sunrail service on select Saturdays as a pilot program. Already over the past 4 Saturdays, thousands of people have been able to use the train to attend downtown events. And of course, many of these events are sports. We've long dreamed of being one of America's premier sports destination. And when our city hosts a big game, you can feel the electricity. Think about the football games that we've hosted recently or just about to host soon. The annual Camping World Kickoff, which featured FSU against Ole Miss, the Florida Classic, our 3 bowl games. No other stadium in America hosts 3 bowl games during the month of December. The NFL's Pro Bowl will be here in January, and preseason NFL games. Next weekend is the high school football championships, and last weekend was the ACC championship game that was won by Clemson. Had to throw that out for Byron. We're home for football at pretty much every level. In our downtown, think about this, our downtown is host to 6 major college football games. 6 major college football games. So that's as many home games as most college stadiums with a home team host. Now, if we were only talking about football games, that'd still be a big deal. But, of course, football is only one facet of our spectrum for our downtown sports offerings. We've also got our Orlando Magic and Solar Bear games. Next month, we'll reach a programming first when tennis champions like John McEnroe and Andy Roddick play at the Amway Center. The NCAA men's basketball tournament games come back for March Madness. Orlando City and Orlando Pride games were only a few months away from the opening of their great new home for Orlando City Soccer Club. In partnership with the Central Florida Sports Commission, we're bidding on 50, that's right, 50 NCAA events over the next 4 years, with 12 of those potentially being hosted in downtown. And of course, what's the biggest event coming up? WrestleMania. One of the most watched events on the planet is back in downtown Orlando. And guess what? By the way, we're the first city ever to get a return visit from WrestleMania, and that happens in April. So all this means we can now proudly proclaim that our dream is a reality. Our downtown is a preeminent sports destination. But of course, our vision is even bigger and bolder. we're leveraging sports as a foundation of a 1.5-mile-long sports, arts, and entertainment destination district that stretches from the Dr. Phillips Center to Camping World Stadium. And our district will include all of our venues, arts galleries, the Orlando Magic's emerging sports and entertainment complex, which will feature a new hotel and conference center. We'll break ground on the second and final phase of the Dr. Phillips Center next month, creating a permanent performance space for the Orlando Ballet and the Orlando Philharmonic. And I'd like to thank Mayor Jacobs and the tourism community for their leadership and working to complete the Dr. Phillips Center. This unique area is critical to our future for so many reasons. Sports and arts and entertainment activities bring people and communities together. They create massive economic impact for our downtown and our region. They give our downtown character and flavor, that special identity that iconic cities of the world have. So once a year, I have the privilege of distilling all of our progress into one speech. And over the course of the years, there are hundreds of stakeholders who spend thousands and thousands of hours making all this happen. And we must recognize them for their hard work. Let's start by recognizing our city commissioners for their leadership. I know you're all sitting down here in the dark, so if you'd like to stand up, you can, but nobody can see you anyways. But Commissioner Gray, Commissioner Ortiz, Commissioner Stewart, Commissioner Sheehan, Commissioner Hill, Commissioner Ings, thank you. We want to thank the Downtown Orlando Partnership, Scott and Bridget and all of their board for hosting this event every year and the work that they do for our downtown every day. Thank you. A big thank you also goes to the Downtown Development Board chaired by Doug Taylor and, of course, Thomas for their thoughtful leadership and unmatched dedication. So much of the success we talked about today is a direct product of Project DTO and the Paramore Comprehensive Neighborhood Plan. We want to recognize every individual who contributed to these important plans for our future. We want to thank our leaders in the world of education, particularly Dr. Jenkins, Dr. Schugert, and Dr. Hitt for building a foundation of prosperity for generations to come. We want to say thank you to our partners in the tourism community, our faith-based leaders, and the Central Florida Commission on Homelessness for their work on the area of homelessness. We want to thank Ken Robinson and the Dr. Phillips Charities for helping make our vision for the downtown UCF and Valencia campus a reality. And we want to thank Mayor Teresa Jacobs and the members of the Orange County Commission for their partnership. We also want to recognize the Creative Village concept team and the Creative Village team that is working on the Creative Village now. It's exciting to see that vision that we've been working on so long start to come to life. So I really want to thank especially our city employees, particularly those who serve our residents here in downtown every day and make the mayor and the city council look good with their service. And to all of you in this room, your passion for our downtown and our entire city is what makes me, being your mayor, the best job anywhere in America. I tell all my other fellow mayors that I am the happiest mayor in all of America. So there are many more people that we'd like to recognize, and I could stand up here all day and actually recognize pretty much everybody in the room and thank you individually, but I do want to thank my wife Karen and son Treyer who are here today for their love and support. But I know you are ready to hear directly from some of the individuals who are bringing change to Paramore and in our downtown. We have lined up a terrific panel discussion today to do just that. And I am excited to be part of this discussion. I'm also excited once again to embark on another big year for downtown Orlando. So Wendy is my signer, and I asked Wendy, how do we say, I love Orlando? And I knew you all know what this is, right? This is I love you. And Wendy told me that don't say I love me, say, I love all of you, which means I love Orlando. So I love you, and I love all of Orlando. Thank you so much.